Okie doke. I think we're started. Startup apps. Welcome back, everybody. We are starting again. I have a very strict time limit today. 1 hour, not even. Got some stuff to do with some friends afterwards. My buddy has his birthday, so we're going to that. Besides the point, let's get to work on this. It's more... We got more GDD to work on. Going to read through really quick and just make sure that everything is good. So Gloom is a 2D side-scrolling physics-based puzzle platformer set in a haunting monochromatic world. Inspired by Playdead's Limbo, the game uses a moody and atmospheric aesthetic, relying on shadows and lighting to create a sense of mystery and tension. Players will be solving challenging puzzles and navigating environmental obstacles while uncovering a subtle emotion-driven narrative of isolation and resilience. As players progress, they will encounter shifts in the world that reveal hidden elements and alter the environments, adding layers to both puzzle and atmosphere. At the heart of the gameplay is the inversion mechanic, which allows the world to shift in color and tone, further enhancing the emotional depth and puzzle complexity. With the minimalist design, intricate gameplay, and immersive aesthetics, Gloom delivers a captivating, thought-provoking experience. We're going to modify this later. Okay, so game overview. Concept. Gloom challenges players with physics-based puzzles and environmental interactions integrated with platforming mechanics. Fine. Players traverse a haunting and mysterious world, overcoming obstacles that feel naturally embedded in the environment. Subtle storytelling through exploration and visuals replaces direct exposition, allowing players to piece together a narrative through observation. Let's just fix stuff right now. So Gloom is a 2D side-scrolling physics-based puzzle platformer set in a haunting monochromatic world. Inspired by Playdead's Limbo, the game uses a moody and atmospheric aesthetic. Hold on. Woo! Good lord! Thank you. Relying on shadows and lighting to create a sense of mystery and tension. Relying on we're gonna say relying on it. Relying on haunting. Maybe relying on desolate. Desolate environments and the game uses a moody and aesthetic, relying on desolate environments and what is the desolate environments and desolate and relying on desolate and what is a good word for this? The environments are crap. Aesthetic, relying on desolate, and what is a good word here? Desolate and abandoned environments. I can only think of haunting. What are some other adjectives? Let's get this up and running. I know I'm going to be using this today, so what are some synonyms to haunting and desolate? Desolate, a place deserted of people in a state of bleak and dismal emptiness. Barren, sterile, wild, windswept, inhospitable, miserable, sad, unhappy, melancholy. Haunting, normal, typical, ordinary. Okay. So I like some of those. I think I want to use barren. Inhospitable. I like inhospitable. Relying on desolate and inhospitable environments. hospitable environments to create a sense of mystery and tension. Players will solve challenging puzzles and navigate environmental obstacles while uncovering a subtle emotion-driven narrative of isolation and resilience. As players progress, they will encounter... at the heart of the gameplay is the inversion mechanic, which allows players to shift in color and tone. World to shift in color and tone, further enhancing emotional depth and puzzle complexity. Not only does the inversion mechanic have mechanic implications, gameplay implications, it will be subtly interwoven with the story, the game's narrative. The game's interwoven with the game's narrative. Okay, so let's take this. Let me get this. Can you suggest an alternative writing that combines these? What? How do you spell combines? Combines these two sentences. The core gameplay revolves around the immersion mechanic, seamlessly blending color and tone shifts with emotional depth and puzzle complexity, while also intertwining these two transformations with the narrative to enrich the overall experience. The core gameplay revolves around the immersion mechanic, seamlessly blending color and tone shifts with emotional depth and puzzle complexity. I don't like that. Try again. Try another wording. Try again. It's not going to change much. Okay. Go away. At the heart of the gameplay is immersion mechanic, which allows the world to shift in color and tone, further enhancing emotional depth and puzzle complexity. This mechanic gameplay implications, but will this mechanic so let me charge my phone. I got 50 minutes. Okay, let's get this turned on real quick too, so I have my chat. Don't. Oh my gosh, the dogs are barking. Okay, there you go. So, at the heart of the gameplay is the immersion mechanic, which allows the world to shift in color and tone, further enhancing this mechanic. Okay, we'll say this mechanic not only has gameplay implications, but will also be is also designed but also has great importance to the narrative of the game. Gameplay implications, but also has a great importance to the narrative and character development in the game. Character development in the game. Okay, let's try this. And also, let's take it to an older version. Please. Please rewrite this. Two sentences to blend together better. Let's try that. At the heart of the gameplay is the inversion mechanic, a feature that shifts the world's color and tone, intertwining gameplay, narrative, and character development to enhance both emotional depth and puzzle complexity. That sounds good to me. Okay. With its minimalist non-intricate gameplay and immersive aesthetic, Gloom delivers a captivating, thought-provoking experience. Better? Okay. Gameplay concept. Gloom challenges players with physics-based puzzles, environmental interactions integrated into puzzle or platform mechanics. Players traversing a haunting, mysterious world, overcoming obstacles that feels naturally embedded in the environment. Subtle storytelling through exploration, and visuals replace direct exposition, allowing players to piece together narrative. Insert a statement about the inversion mechanic and its importance to the gameplay and narrative. Gloom translator, environmental interactions, mechanics, players transfer sound of the world, come out of the inversion mechanic plays a pivotal role, allowing players to shift the world's color and tone, and paths, original puzzles. Beautiful, great, okay, cool. We'll go with that. Okay, narrative themes. Set in a desolate and enigmatic world, Gloom tells a story of resilience throughout the minimalist environmental ambience, themes of isolation, loss, and discovery are woven in the game's storytelling. Leading players to players' interpretation. The inversion mechanic, integral both gameplay and narrative, reflects emotional control. Initially, inversion is triggered by external events representing a person's inability to cope with trauma. As players progress and find soothing objects, they gain the ability to manually invert, symbolizing growth, emotional control, and mastery over their circumstances. Okay. Okay. Can we discuss how the inversion mechanic visually symbolizes one's all of their emotional state. One's control of their emotional state. Can we discuss how the inversion mechanic visually symbolizes one's control of their emotional state, as well as the metaphorical implications of the mechanic, as well as how the gameplay represent the metaphorical implications of the metaphorical implications. Represent the metaphorical implications. Please delve into how that the journey of the game represent one's ability to come under control over their emotions and how that grants power and mastery in one's environment. Okay. The inversion mechanic Gloom serves as a central visual and gameplay metaphor for emotional regulation and self-mastery. Initially, the mechanic is triggered by external events outside the player's control, symbolizing the disorientation and helplessness that often accompanies the early stages of trauma. This phase reflects an individual's struggle to manage overwhelming emotions as the world shifts around them unpredictably, forcing them to react and adapt. As players progress through the game, they encounter soothing objects or other narrative elements that allow them to trigger the inversion mechanic through consumable items. This intermediate stage represents the process of learning coping mechanisms, temporary yet tangible ways to bring stability and relief during moments of emotional turbulence. It signifies growth, but also highlights the reliance on external tools for support. Finally, the journey culminates in granting the player full control of the inversion mechanic via the press of a button. This mastery symbolizes achieving emotional regulation, being able to intentionally shift one's perspective, adapt to challenges, and regain composure even in difficult circumstances. It reflects a sense of empowerment where the player, much like a person gaining control over their emotions, can manipulate the environment to their advantage, uncovering hidden truths and unlocking new possibilities. From a gameplay perspective, this progression mirrors the metaphorical journey. Early game puzzles emphasize survival and reactive problem solving, placing the player in scenarios in which they must adjust to the mechanics of unpredicted events or shifts. Late game puzzles introduce agency, encouraging experimentation with consumable triggered inversions. By the late game puzzles demand strategic thinking and deliberate manipulation of the inversion mechanic, showcasing the player's mastery of their environment and metaphorically their emotional state. Visually, the monochrome inversion reinforces this narrative. The stark transition between black and white highlights the duality of emotional states, light and dark, chaos and control, despair and hope. The shift from minor to major tones in the music further underscores the transformation, creating a cohesive sensory experience that deepens the metaphor. As players become adept at using inversion, they not only gain power within the game's world, but also symbolically move towards balance and resilience, and trusting the profound strength that comes with mastering one's emotions. What the hell? Dude, chat GPT, what the fuck, man? Alright. That's going in. Narrative theme. Inversion. Narrative theme. Version mechanic. Central idea. Holy shit. Alright. That's good. Damn, man. See, it sucks because like I have mid-game puzzle introduce agency, encouraging. It's like I had this idea, and like this is exactly what I was thinking, but fucking ChatGPT can just put it into such better words. Like it's so. Like I wish I was that eloquent. Like I mean, I can absolutely, you know, I don't even feel like I can talk right now, but I know that I can formulate these ideas and I can talk about these things, but just like how quickly and eloquently it puts my idea together for me. Like this is exactly what I was thinking. And like I was having a hard time expressing it, and then this literally just pops out exactly what I'm thinking, and like now this is like as clear as day. This is the idea in my head. So cool. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this Fixed up. Line spacing, none, please. Single. Crappy. Paragraph. Single. Okay. There we go. There. Alrighty. Let's just come in here and fix all of this. Friggin' single. Okay. There we go. That's good. That's so much better. I rather single spaced, zero indentation, because like it actually allows me to choose my spacing the way I want it. Central idea. Okay. Very good. I love it. Okay, starting to look better. Let's get this down below. The dogs are barking! Central idea, narrative theme, gameplay concepts, art style. Gloom adopts a monochromatic visuals design, relying on shades of black, white, and gray to create a moody and oppressive atmosphere. Shadows, lighting, and silhouette art dominate the aesthetic, immersing players in bleak and mysterious world. The art style draws heavily on Playdead's Limbo, emphasizing minimalist environments and storytelling. So, after art style, so we talked about. Oh no. So let's go ahead and. Does it say pixel art? Okay, we have to change this to pixel art. Make sure to include in this art style section the idea that this will be in a pixel art style as well as all that has been mentioned above. Oh my god, wait. What the hell? This is I'm gonna get another freaking strike because of that. Not a strike, but I'm gonna get that demonetized. Gloom adopts monochromatic visual art style, written in pixel art, visual style design, rendered in a pixel art style that emphasizes simplicity and atmosphere. Approaches compliments. Push the piece together through visuals alone. Okay, copy this. Copy. Fine. Before I paint this, just like that. Well, damn. Paragraph. Single. Okie dokie. Okay. Core inspiration. Gloom draws from. Let's do a section on setting. Can we write a section on setting right after art? We will explore a haunted woods, haunting woods, abandoned city, and factories, and rooftops, caves, and not graveyards. Gloomy, liminal, similar gloomy, liminal, gloomy and liminal environments. Okay. Setting. The world of Gloom unfolds across a series of haunting atmospheric environments, each designed To evoke a sense of unease and mystery, the game takes players through a diverse range of monochromatic settings, all unified by their oppressive and melancholic tones. Haunting woods, dense shadowy forests filled with twisted trees, obscuring paths. The woods are alive with foreboding sounds and faint movements, suggesting unseen dangers that are just beyond. Abandoned city, crumbling buildings, empty streets echo the remnants of once thriving civilization. Factories and rooftops, massive decaying industrial complexes with rusted machinery and collapsing structures, caves and suffering death, stark, claustrophobic tunnels filled with stalactites, dripping water, and echoes of unseen creatures. The journey players encounter areas that feel surreal and out of place, bridges that fade into mist, rooms of impossible geometry, and paths that seem to loop endlessly. Each thing is carefully crafted. Alright, we're gonna just drop this in as a work in progress. Okay. Progress section. Progress. Get that highlighted. Okay. Core inspirations. Gloom draws direct inspiration from Playdead's Limbo, both in its monochromatic art style and its focus on atmospheric platforming. However, Gloom itself sets itself apart with an inversion mechanic, which dynamically alters the environment and gameplay, reflecting emotional and psychological states. In addition, the game uses rig-based keyframe animations, providing more intentional and fluid character movements, enhancing the emotional connection to the character journey. I don't like this part. Oh, go ahead and drop that. Target audience: Gloom design players who enjoy atmospheric, emotionally engaging experience with challenging puzzles. Fans of Limbo, Inside, and other indie platformers that emphasize mood and storytelling through visuals will find Gloom appealing. Key emotional mechanic: the inversion mechanic. The inversion mechanic not only impacts gameplay, but is woven into the narrative to represent emotional growth. Initially triggered, narrative through gameplay rather than using direct exposition. Gloom's uses its gameplay mechanics, especially learn, to solely communicate themes of trauma, control, and resilience. Atmospheric puzzle design. Gloom's puzzles integrate seamlessly into the environment, which dynamic elements that change based on controllers' manipulation of the environment, adding a layer of emotional and psychological engagement. Okay. Gameplay mechanics. Whoa. What did I do? Gameplay mechanics. Corporate gameplay controls. Gloom challenges players with physics-based puzzle environments. The inversion mechanic is central to gameplay, allowing players to shift the world's monochromatic palette to reveal hidden paths, platforms, interactive objects. In addition to altering the visual environment, inversion may also change the physical behavior of certain objects, adding another layer of complexity to puzzle solving. The game emphasizes problem solving through observation, precise movement, and dynamic shifts between the two world states. Players explore a mysterious landscape, piecing together the story as they progress. Okay. Alright. As they progress. Okay. Alright. Core mechanics: inversion. Players can invert them. Players can invert the monochromatic palette of the world, flipping black to white and white to black. This reveals and conceals elements like platforms, walls, and objects. The inversion also impacts interactive objects, creating new ways to solve puzzles to traverse environments. The music dramatically shifts between minor and major tones, emphasizing the emotional and gameplay differences between the two states. Early in game, players cannot directly control inversion. Is triggered by events in the story. As they progress, they will gain the ability to trigger inversion files. Eventually, movements of traversal. Right. Environmental triggers, hazards and challenges. Okay. Damn. I just realized I just put a bunch of. Okay, the player can walk, jump, mantle onto ledges, climb ladders, and navigate the environment. The player can toggle interactions like objects, toggle interactions with objects like levers, keys, and crates to solve puzzles. Interactions may behave differently based on the current inverted state. Environmental triggers, mechanisms like pressure plates and switches are influenced by inversion, adding complexity to puzzle solving. Dynamic puzzle solving. Puzzles require players to analyze the environments in both states, experimenting with version to uncover hidden elements and create solutions. Hazards and challenges. Environmental hazards. Finnegan Chevrolet. Okay. Hazards and challenges. Environmental hazards may also change during inversion, introducing new threats or remove others. Players must carefully time their actions to survive. Okay, so my updated schema This I'll just write control schema, movement, left stick, arrow keys, A, space bars, jump, X, E to interact, ladder navigation, inversion, Y manually toggle the world's monocle inversion, unlock later in the game, camera controls, which is the stick. I'll keep that there. Right. Player interaction with the environment. Physics-based objects, crates, levers, keys, debris can be moved or interacted with to solve puzzles or create pathways. The environment responds dynamically with objects sliding, falling, and tipping realistically. The inversion mechanic can also alter how these objects behave, in providing new opportunities for puzzle solving. Triggers and switches. Mechanisms such as pressure plates or switches are tied to puzzles. Activating them can open doors, extend bridges, dynamic world. Okay, I like all this. We definitely need to get into the story and narrative. So okay. I would like to simplify this explanation to fit better explanation to fit better under a game overview section. This full write-up will be used under the story and narrative, under the story and narrative section of the GDD. Okay, so it's gonna go ahead and simplify that for me. Simplified overview for a game overview section. Inversion mechanics includes both core gameplay features, powerful metaphor for emotional regulation, self-mastery, initially triggered by pressure. Okay, so we're gonna take this, copy this. Gonna put this in here. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna copy it into the story and narrative. With the central idea. Okay, so now ouch. Okay. Technical requirements. Okay. Okay, now we can write up a full story and narrative section for the GDD. Please please write what might be appropriate based on our previous discussions. Okay, let's see what it's got. Okay. Okay, so Gloom tells a deeply symbolic and emotional story through its minimalist environments, environmental storytelling, and evocative inversion mechanic. The game's narrative explores themes of trauma, emotional resilience, and self-mastery, guiding players on a metaphorical journey through the struggles of coping with overwhelming emotions and learning to regain control over one's internal state. Set in a bleak, monochromatic world filled with haunting liminal spaces, the story unfolds as players explore eerie forests, abandoned cities, shadowy factories, rooftops, and dark caves. Each setting serves as a metaphor representation of different stages of emotional turmoil, from the initial confusion and isolation to gradual empowerment and clarity. Not sure how the environments... I know I need the environments to have representations of emotional states, but I'm not sure kind of how to assign those. I will work on that. Narrative progression. The game begins with the players navigating in a world of disarray. The inversion mechanic initially triggered by external events beyond the player's control, representing the unpredictability and helplessness that accompanies the early trauma. These unbidden shifts in the environment disorient the player, forcing them to adapt and survive while grappling with a sense of powerlessness. As the player progresses, they got blah 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 blah. Final stage of the game. Storytelling. Gloom avoids direct exposition, instead relying on its environments and gameplay to convey narrative depth. The world itself tells a story through its decaying and fractured structures, whispering of a once thriving place now consumed by despair. Objects, symbols, environmental clues hint at the protagonist's struggles, leaving much open to the player's interpretation. The progression through the game's haunting location mirrors the player's internal journey, which each space representing a different emotional or psychological stage. Thematic segment inversion. The inversion mechanic serves as a narrative and emotional centerpiece of the game. Visual and auditory shifts underscore the duality of emotional states, light and dark, chaos and control, despair and hope. In its uncontrolled state, inversion illustrates the grip of trauma on one's life. As the players gain control over this mechanic, it symbolizes the journey towards emotional resilience, illustrating how mastery over one's emotions can provide clarity and empowerment. Ending and resolution. The story concludes with a powerful moment of emotional catharsis. Let's just drop this in. I need more time to think about this. Can you give some suggestions for what may be good metaphorical representations for the settings we've suggested so far? Good representations. Okay. Can you give some suggestions for what good metaphorical representations for the haunting woods, metaphorical confusion, isolation, abandoned city, disconnection and desolation, faction rooftops, pressure and overwhelm, caves, introspection and despair, rooftops, perspective and uncertainty, dynamic liminal spaces, transition and growth. Okay. Let's pull this in. Let's grab. Art and aesthetic. Now we need to make a... Sorry, I'm just running out of time. I want to just get this on paper so that I can edit it in the next clip or the next stream. Now we need to make a section on... Was it art and aesthetic? Aesthetics. Oh my gosh. How long is it going to take me to get over there? We're running out of time, baby. All right. Hang on. I have a sound and music section already. I just saw that it put in. Oh, okay. Set visual styles. We'll just put this in here and highlight it for. Whoopsie. Try here. Now we need a section on sound and music. This includes SFX. Okay. Overall sound design, blah, 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 wind and weather, footsteps, ambient noise, inversion effects, character sounds, movement, inversion sounds, physical interactions, music, minor tones, major tones, dynamic shifts, themes and motifs. Motifs! Puzzle solving, puzzle triggers, environmental hazards. Okay. Sound and music. Alright. Okay, let's make a brief section on technical requirements for the game, for the GDD. I'm almost done. I have to also go back and start writing about it says an engine, platform, performance, and technical goals. Okay, write a section on the target audience. Okay. God, this takes forever. Last, make a section on monetization. Please make mention of applying for Xbox holistic review to prepare the game for release. One-time purchase model itch.io, Steam, and console releases planned. Advertisement campaigns and social media account management. Looking to hire social media manager, music professional music and sound effects production and potential producer support aiming to attend game conferences, seek exposure in local game development communities, and outreach through social media. Contact YouTubers to play game and cover on news. Cover on. Okay, Jesus, that's so much. I am just hoping that it. Okay, Gloom will be will follow a one-time purchase model, offering players the full experience without the need for in-app purchases or microtransactions. The game will be available on Steam, itch.io, and consoles, with primary focus on reaching a wide audience on these platforms. Platform and distribution: Steam and itch.io. The game will launch on PC first, with both platforms offering easy access to game enthusiasts. Early access or beta versions may be available prior to the full release to build anticipation to gather feedback. Console release plans for release on Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch are in progress. The game will undergo a holistic review process for Xbox to ensure that it meets platform standards and is prepared for a smooth console release. Marketing exposure: advertising campaigns. Targeted audience campaigns will be developed to reach the game's core audience, leveraging social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, gaming sites, ads on Steam. Social media management. A social media manager will be hired to handle accounts and engage with the community. This role will be crucial for building awareness, increasing visibility, and maintaining engagement with players leading up to and following the game's release. Radio updates, behind-the-scenes content, the player interactions will drive excitement. Professional music and SFX production. To enhance the emotional and immersive atmosphere, the game will feature professional music and sound effects. A composer and sound designer will be contacted to ensure the audio is of the highest quality, contributing to the game's moody atmosphere. Community engagement outreach. Game conferences and local communities. The development team will attend major game conferences such as PAX, GDC, and local events to showcase Gloom and gain exposure. These conferences are a great opportunity to network industry professionals and meet potential collaborators and get the game into the hands of the press and players. Outreach through social media and YouTubers. The focus outreach strategy will include contacting YouTubers and streamers to play and review the game, helping to generate buzz and visibility among gaming audiences. Influencers and content creators will play a key role in marketing a campaign. Local game development communities will actively engage with local game development communities to foster connections, share development progress, and receive feedback. The grassroots approach will build strong communities and support for the game. Future potential collaborations. Producer support. As the game progresses, the team may seek producer support to help additional project management, marketing, and distribution efforts. Okay, sounds right. Okay, there you go. Now we need to do, can you please suggest and define the enemies and environmental hazards that may exist in each of the settings that we discussed. Please also include the potential metaphorical implications of each of these. Okay. Okay, enemies, shadow beasts, creature unseen fears, anxieties, falling branches, whispering winds, abandoned cities, ghostly figures, cracked pavement, crumbling buildings, mechanical constructs, conveyor belts, steam jets, skywalkers, loose tiles, windswept edges, lurking shadows, cave-ins, stalactites. Ow, my nose, sorry. You forgot to cover liminal spaces. Ooh, that's a cool idea. Okay, hang on. Ooh. Okay, hang on. I got a good idea. So let's make a space. Technical requirements, settings, sound and music, art and aesthetics. These are the setting level designs, stories and narrative, and then so I think I'm gonna make a section. Actually, after level design, character design, animation style. This is under art. Back up here. Okay, cool. So we're gonna come here. We're gonna copy this. Copy, paste. We're gonna say enemies. Potential enemies and environmental hazards. Woo! My spelling is fucked up. Hazards. Okay, cool. Okay, we're gonna just put this in here. I am out of time. I hope you guys have enjoyed this session. I know that I just kind of rushed through a lot of stuff, but you know, next one we'll get to read more of this and actually kind of we're getting close. I might have to move on to the next part. Okay, put that in there. And then let's also capture this one, because I think this might have better ideas. Liminal versions. Oof. Okay. Through the use of. Hey, stop trying to simplify stuff. Okay, that's got to be it for today. I hope you guys are having a good night, good morning, wherever you are. Yeah, I'm at 52 minutes. Okay, we will read this more. It is currently 27 pages long. That's fun. But we are making good progress. That is good stuff. Okay, thanks chat GPT, you fucking rock. And there's the game. Okay, alright guys, I hope you have a good night. I will see you in the next one. Bye.